The Titanic has offered an unprecedented insight into the ship's final moments.
At 12,500 feet beneath the North Atlantic's icy surface, something extraordinary just chattered over a century of silence. For the first time in decades, cutting-edge underwater drones have penetrated deep inside the legendary Titanic wreck, capturing footage so haunting and intimate that it left even the most experienced deep-sea explorers struggling for words. This wasn't just another expedition to photograph the exterior. This was a terrifying descent into history's most famous underwater graveyard, where the cameras revealed secrets that have remained hidden since that fateful April night in 1912. What these robotic explorers discovered in the crushing depths is both mesmerizing and deeply disturbing, forcing us to confront the reality that the Titanic isn't just decaying, it's actively dying before our eyes. The moment the advanced underwater drones slipped through the twisted metal of the Titanic's hull, they entered a world frozen in time, yet constantly changing. The latest expedition, armed with revolutionary high-resolution cameras and scanning equipment, captured over 2 million photographs and 24 hours of high-definition video that revealed the wreck's interior in unprecedented detail. What emerged from this digital treasure trove was a haunting portrait of a ship caught between preservation and destruction. The drones navigated through collapsed sections where the ocean's immense pressure has crushed corridors that once echoed with passengers' voices. In the eerie blue-black depths, their powerful LED lights illuminated rooms where personal belongings still rest exactly where they fell over 110 years ago. Leather suitcases, scattered shoes, pieces of clothing, and even a child's porcelain doll sitting silently in the sediment. The cold, oxygen-starved environment has created a bizarre time capsule where some organic materials have been remarkably preserved while metal structures continue their relentless decay. One of the most spine-chilling discoveries came when the drones captured what appeared to be a human-shaped form beneath debris in one of the previously unexplored rooms. Experts remain uncertain whether this represents actual human remains or simply materials that have settled into a disturbing silhouette, but the image serves as a stark reminder that the Titanic is fundamentally a mass grave where over 1,500 souls lost their lives. The footage also revealed the famous Grand Staircase area, once the crown jewel of the ship's first-class accommodations. While the ornate wooden elements have long since rotted away, the iron railings and decorative metalwork still hint at the grandeur that once defined this floating palace. The drone's cameras captured the skeletal remains of what was once considered the pinnacle of maritime luxury, now transformed into a haunting underwater monument. The underwater drones that accomplished this remarkable feat represent the cutting edge of deep-sea exploration technology. Operating at depths where the pressure reaches 380 times that of sea level, these robotic marvels must be constructed from titanium and other ultra-strong materials capable of withstanding forces that would instantly crush conventional equipment. Every seal, connection, and component must be engineered to perfection. A single failure would mean the loss of millions of dollars in equipment and irreplaceable footage. The latest expedition utilized 2 remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, equipped with advanced imaging systems that could capture details as small as individual rust formations on the ship's metal surfaces. These aren't your typical underwater cameras. They're sophisticated systems capable of creating detailed 3D maps through photogrammetry, using hundreds of thousands of overlapping images to construct precise digital models of the wreck's interior spaces. One of the most significant technological breakthroughs came from the creation of a comprehensive digital twin of the entire Titanic wreck site, generated from over 700,000 underwater images captured from every conceivable angle. This revolutionary 3D model allows researchers to virtually walk through the ship's corridors without physically disturbing the fragile structure, providing insights that would be impossible to obtain through traditional exploration methods. The drone's maneuverability proved crucial for accessing tight spaces that have never been explored before. Unlike the large submersibles used in earlier expeditions, these compact ROVs could squeeze through narrow openings and navigate the twisted maze of collapsed decks and debris fields. Their advanced AI-assisted navigation systems helped prevent collisions with unstable structures, while their high-powered lights pierced through the absolute darkness that has shrouded these spaces for over a century. The footage captured during this groundbreaking expedition is forcing historians to reconsider fundamental aspects of the Titanic disaster. The comprehensive 3D scan has revealed new evidence about the ship's final moments, including clear indications that the engineering crew worked until the very end to keep the lights operational. Deep within the wreck, the drones discovered boiler. Room number 2, where the metal coal holders remain bent inward, proof that the boilers were still active when the ship went under. Perhaps most remarkably, an open steam valve found on the stern section suggests that steam was still flowing through the power generation system right up until the ship's final plunge. This discovery corroborates eyewitness accounts that described how the ship's lights remained on throughout the evacuation, allowing passengers and crew to launch lifeboats in illumination rather than total darkness. The brave engineers led by Joseph Bell, who remained behind to stoke the furnaces, literally kept hope alive in those final desperate hours. The new scan also revealed a porthole with a shattered window, likely broken by the collision with the iceberg, confirming survivor testimonies that chunks of ice crashed through cabin windows during the impact. Advanced computer simulations based on the scan data now show that the iceberg created multiple hull breaches, each roughly the size of an A4 sheet of paper, but spanning the length of several watertight compartments. This finding explains how such seemingly minor damage could doom a ship that was designed to survive flooding in up to 4 compartments. While the drones captured incredible footage of preservation, they also documented an accelerating process of decay that has experts deeply concerned. The most shocking discovery came when the expedition team got their first glimpse of the ship's iconic bow section on July 29th, a moment that should have been triumphant, but instead revealed heartbreaking loss. The once miraculously intact railing surrounding the bow's forecastle deck was missing a crucial 15-foot section on the port side, having collapsed as a single piece to the seafloor below. This dramatic change to the Titanic's most recognizable feature serves as a stark reminder that the wreck is not a static museum, but a dynamic site undergoing constant transformation. The cold, dark waters that have preserved some elements for over a century are simultaneously attacking the ship's structure through rust, corrosion, and the relentless activity of iron-eating bacteria. Each expedition reveals new areas of collapse, new debris fields, and the sobering reality that future generations may not have the opportunity to witness what remains of this maritime monument. Scientists are now racing against time to document every detail before more is lost forever. The comprehensive digital scanning project represents an urgent effort to preserve the Titanic virtually, creating a permanent record that will outlast the physical wreck itself. As researchers meticulously examine the millions of images and hours of video captured during the latest expedition, they're building an ever more complete picture of how the ship is changing and what might be saved. Perhaps the most challenging aspect of exploring the Titanic isn't technological but ethical. Every decision about where to send the drones, what to photograph, and what to share with the public requires careful consideration of the site's nature as a maritime cemetery. The expedition team spent countless hours debating how to balance scientific discovery with respect for the 1/500 lives lost in the disaster. When the drones captured images that appeared to show human remains or personal effects in their original positions, the researchers faced agonizing choices about preservation versus intrusion. The team ultimately decided to release only carefully selected images accompanied by explanations, emphasizing remembrance and respect. Recognizing that every artifact and every room represents real people who experienced unimaginable terror in their final moments. The footage serves as a powerful reminder that beneath all the technological marvels and historical significance lies a fundamentally human tragedy. Each personal item captured by the drones, a leather boot, a piece of jewelry, a child's toy, represents a life cut short and dreams that were never fulfilled. The explorers understand that they're not just documenting a shipwreck, they're preserving the memory of one of history's most devastating maritime disasters. Among the expedition's most exciting discoveries was the rediscovery of the Diana of Versailles statuette, a 2-foot bronze sculpture that once graced the first-class lounge. This statue of the Greek goddess had been missing since 1986, with many experts fearing it had been lost to the ocean currents or buried beneath shifting debris. The statue was finally located and photographed with just hours remaining on the final day of the expedition, representing a triumph of persistence and advanced search technology. The drones also captured detailed images of areas that had never been properly documented before, including crew quarters, storage rooms, and service corridors that provide insights into the lives of the ship's working-class passengers and staff. These discoveries help paint a more complete picture of life aboard the Titanic, extending beyond the luxury of first-class accommodations to encompass the experiences of everyone who sailed on that maiden voyage. As the latest expedition concludes, researchers are already planning future missions that will push the boundaries of deep-sea exploration even further. The success of the drone program has demonstrated that smaller, more agile robotic explorers can access areas that were previously impossible to reach safely. Future expeditions may employ swarms of coordinated drones, each specialized for different tasks, from high-resolution photography to delicate artifact recovery. The comprehensive 3D mapping project will continue, with researchers hoping to create virtual reality experiences that allow people worldwide to explore the Titanic's interior from the safety and comfort of museums and educational centers. These digital preservation efforts ensure that even as the physical wreck continues to deteriorate, future generations will be able to experience and learn from this important historical site. The Titanic wreck represents far more than a collection of rusted metal and scattered artifacts on the ocean floor. It stands as a powerful symbol of human ambition, technological hubris, and the universal vulnerability that connects us across time and circumstance. The latest drone expedition has shown us that the ship continues to tell its story, even as that story slowly fades into the depths. As we watch the bow's railing collapse and witness the steady march of decay throughout the wreck, we're reminded that preservation is not just about maintaining physical structures. It's about keeping alive the memory of those who perished and the lessons their tragedy can teach us. The haunting footage captured by these underwater explorers ensures that the Titanic's story will continue to resonate long after the last piece of metal has crumbled away. The ocean may have claimed the Titanic over a century ago, but through the lens of advanced technology and the dedication of modern explorers, the ship's voice still echoes from the abyss, speaking to anyone willing to listen to its timeless tale of triumph and tragedy.